YouTube, what's going on? It's Tyler here. Today I got another new video for you guys with my second reading Q&As video with a former Major League player. So today I got a 13-year MLB professional. Really excited when I got this guy to respond back to me because I actually grew up kind of watching him play. I started getting into baseball around like 2007, 2006-ish, and that's when he was playing with like the Phillies and the Florida Marlins. The player I got to respond back to me is Wes Helms. Some of you guys might know who he is. Came up with the Braves, played with the Brewers as well. Really good player, 13 years in the major leagues like I said, so you gotta have some formula of success to be in the major leagues for that long. I'm gonna read to you guys some of the questions I sent to Wes Helms. Great guy, super happy to help me with this video, and I just appreciate him taking the time to answer the questions. Let's do the first question. You started your career in the Atlanta Braves organization. What was your time like in Atlanta and your experience being a Brave? He said, I love coming up with the Braves and making my MLB debut with the Braves. I was blessed to be able on a team with tons of Hall of Famers. The team was full of veteran players that taught me how to play the game the right way. Playing for Bobby Cox was special. He was truly a player's manager. You knew every day what he expected of you, and you wanted to go out there and give him all you had. That's awesome to hear that about Bobby Cox. Second question, in 2001 you hit an inside the park home run against the Marlins at Turner Field. What do you remember about that home run? And did you decide to go for it when you saw it hit off the center fielder's glove? You can look up that home run on YouTube, by the way, that's where I found it. He said, one of the hardest things for a hitter to do is hit an inside the park home run. When I saw the ball go off the center fielder's glove and roll around the outfield fence, I just told myself to run all out and see if the third base coach would send me. It's always ironic that not always the fastest guys get the inside the park home runs, so I noticed that a lot. Third question, 2003 you had a great season with Milwaukee, hitting 23 home runs. What do you think led to your success that season? And with that many home runs hit, were you ever trying to hit home runs? Or did they just come when they did? I had a pretty good season in 2003 because it was really the only year I had consistent at-bats. I got to play every day so I could get comfortable. Fourth question, when you signed with the Phillies for the 2007 season for about $5.5 million over 2 years, was it satisfying knowing you had some financial stability with a great contract like that? He said, it was very satisfying to get the contract in Philly. When an athlete retires, he has a lot of years to live. It is always comforting to know that you can stop playing with some financial security. That's really awesome, $5.5 million contract, that's crazy. You have played with a variety of players throughout your career. What differentiates the good players from the great players? Paying attention to detail separates the great players from the good players. They never take a pitch off, they are never satisfied, they are always trying to get better. I like that question. I think I'm going to ask that question more in the future. When you play your former team, many players say it is just like any other game. In your case, was that true? Or did those games against your former ball club feel different to you? When you play the game, you always try to focus only on the game and not the team you are playing against. I have to admit though that when you play against a former team, it does make you want to do really well and beat them. That's kind of what I figure for most players. Even though most of the time they will say, like I said, it's just like any other game. But I don't know if that's always true. Who are some of the great players you have played with that you would consider an extreme honor and privilege you have played with? He said a bunch of players. John Smoltz, Tom Glavin, Greg Maddux, Miguel Cabrera, Guancarlos, Stanton, Chase Utley, Chipper Jones, so really good bunch right there. Favorite Major League ballparks? He said Houston, San Diego, and Colorado. Okay, those are pretty different from what I usually hear. Favorite managers you have played for, majors or minors? He said Bobby Cox, Joe Girardi, and Randy Ingle. My final question, the 10th question, toughest pitcher for you personally throughout your career? And he said Randy Johnson. Randy Johnson was definitely one of the best pitchers of the decade. He's in the Hall of Fame. Just a violent lefty thrower that a lot of people had a tough time with. That's the end of this reading Q&A video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thanks so much to Wes Helms for helping me with this video, so if you're watching this at all. Shout out to you, Wes. Appreciate you guys taking the time to always support my channel. So until next time, YouTube, see you later.